Hey, good evening, everybody. It's John and Josh here. We're coming with a quick halftime update with special guest Elliot, who's a little bit under the weather but got his pajamas on. But heck of a first half, Josh. What do you think about that half?
Yeah, I thought that half was one of the best first halves that I've seen ECU play, like offensively and defensively. Honestly, I think this has just been a really, really good showing against a good team.
Yeah, I remember we talked about on Thursday night what ECU would have to do, and I said it would probably get away from it in the first half. And there was a shaky part there in the middle with that just insane tip pass for a big game for Marshall. And I thought, this is it. This is where it's going to go downhill. But I'll give a lot of credit to Holt Nailers. He has really stepped up and has done a good job really just managing the game and managing the emotion of the game so far. And that last drive was something else, man. 2 4th-down conversions, finding receivers everywhere, pressure every drive. It seems every snap. It seems like, but just doing a heck of a job.
Oh yeah, I think that so far our offense has shown that the run can happen, the inside run can be successful, and that Holt Nailers can make good decisions if he has time. I think this first half just solidifies that for me.
Yeah, 14 for 23, 167 yards, 2 touchdowns. Totally different from last week. I know we're not playing the same team, but just looks like a different player, focused, making the good reads. When he takes sacks, he's not making terrible decisions. I don't even mind it. But the run game, I mean, I think we talk about it every week. Our run game seems to impress me more and more every week. But you hear me talking? You know, Mitch was going to be at 100. You know, he's at 97 yards in the first half. Right there's only, I think, 23 yards, but dude is picking up those big bruising yards when we need a couple of yards. Only critique I would have is our receiving core dropping the ball. Nothing on CJ, but that fumble was costly. But other than that, it was a pretty clean first half for the offense.
Oh yeah, I think that we are finally using the tight end. Holton's finally looking at the tight end, and I think that to me, those 2 catches by Shane Calhoun has 2 catches. I'm pretty sure so far, and they have been just, I mean, needed catches.
Yeah, 3 catches, touchdown. It is good to see. You talked about it at the beginning of the year. You said watch for him.
Yeah,
I'm on the bandwagon. I'm there. And what is he? Just heck of a catch by Tyler Steen. I know it came back on a holding, but he's been lights out tonight. Just whatever it takes, he's willing to go in there and do it. Technically in the end zone 3 times tonight. Tyler Sneed, but it wasn't in there on that pass, but sniffing in the end zone twice, in there once. He's doing a great job. But I just can't get over how improved Holt Nailers looks. I'll give our secondaries getting burned a little bit, but we know Marshall has a great offensive line and a good quarterback. I'm really happy with what they're doing so far.
Yeah. So what are your takeaways from Marshall's offense so far? Are they what you expected, or?
They are what I'm expected. A quarterback has 213 yards passing with a touchdown in the first half. They're, the rushing game is a little bit back. I think 76 yards in the first half, but their wide receivers are faster than I envisioned. I thought we'd have them with our secondary, especially our free safeties would be on them, and we had a interception, but they are quick and they make good moves. They run good routes. ECU's defense is doing a great job, but they're going to have to find a way to stop the long ball. The long ball is killing them.
Yeah, and I don't want to overlook that magical play by Marshall where the ball bounced. It looked like that Georgia pass from a few years ago. It hurts my soul that it feels like at that point it felt like ECU just may not have any answer for their passing game.
And I'll be honest with you, last year and year before last, that would have been a nail in the coffin. It would have been heads down on the sideline, and that would have been it. But this team is being resilient.
Right.
I don't know what's going to happen in the second half, but I'm excited. Maybe this is the game where we finally put it all together and win one of these close games. But defense is just going to have to step up. And I hate to say that because they played so good last week, but Marshall is for real. They're a good team.
Yeah, I think Marshall is really showing if anything, that they belong in a better conference. I think everything every game this year I've been looking at from a conference realignment standpoint, just because I know commissioners are looking at it like that. And I'm like, man, this looks like a team that if the American picked up would be a good addition.
I know they had some technical difficulties with the memorial tribute with the Marshall coaches, but that solidified it for me. These teams should play each other every year. They should be every year have a game in Greenville and in West Virginia. It makes sense to me. I don't care what strings we have to pull. We need to get them here. And just the fan bases have so much respect for each other. I think it'd be a great rivalry. Hopefully they can make it happen, but who knows? With the realignment, I just don't know. I don't know. You want them in there too, buddy?
Yeah. So is there anything that you think ECU can do better in the second half to kind of start, pulling back? I mean, we aren't down by much. It's 24-21. If you would have told me at halftime it was going to be like that, I wouldn't have believed you.
I would have taken it all day. I feel like if ECU can come out and score to start the half, that would set the tone. I feel like it's going to be a shootout. I feel it's going to be one of those old ECU Marshall games from the Conference USA games. We got to score. We got to keep the if we could just stop them from scoring any way, shape, or form, let them make mistakes. But I think what we could do better is getting to the quarterback. We're doing a great job. We're getting pressure. Our run defense is looking great. But Wells is such a good quarterback. If you give him any second, he's just going to hurt you. And so if we can somehow get there, and if we could just hold on to the ball a little bit, no more turnovers. I feel like both teams are probably going to cough up the ball one more time. If it could be for Marshall and in our territory, that'd be great. But I feel like we got to score almost every time.
Right. Yeah, I definitely feel like in terms of this game getting out of hand, the biggest way it could get out of hand is for us to not be able to get better on defense in the second half. I think that the offensive line for Marshall, they know how to block the run.
Yeah,
and I think that's something that's really going to either beat us or that we can, use to circumvent and beat them.
Absolutely, and I see the comment there. I feel like this game too is gonna. Buddy, you're being a superstar now. He's into it, but I feel like this game could be the reignition we need to have these teams playing every year. I love the rivalry. I forgot how much I love the rivalry. I forgot about the bowl games when they were just talking about it at the halftime show. There's back and forth games. It's just this game feels like old ECU to me almost. These are the knockout, drag out fights that just made us a dominant factor in Conference USA. We always had to get past Marshall, and now we're back in the same boat. I really hope to see him in American Conference soon.
Yeah. So do you have anything else for the second?
I'm excited. I love being wrong when I pick against ECU. So I hope I'm completely wrong. I hope that ECU somehow finds a way and pulls it out. I'd love for him to pull away in the second half so I can sleep and not lose any more hair. But I feel like it's going to be one of those nail biters down to the end. Hopefully ECU can find a way. We'll see if that South Carolina game made us mature a little bit to step up. But we shall see.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to the second half. I think that based on where we're at right now, we're definitely probably going to cover. I said at least cover when we did our show earlier this week, and I think I'm still sitting on that. At least cover. At least
if we cover, that would be some good money, but not for me, man. Like I did not put any money on this game. Luckily, I won't lose anything, but I thought people were crazy. But Holt Nailers has really impressed me today. I'm hoping the few people who are very boisterous about him sitting down or kind of taking their pill a little bit. He's doing a good job. Wide receivers are doing well. Run game looks well. It just comes down to defense. Can we stop the high-powered Marshall, Thunder, and Herd? So we'll see in the second half.
We'll see. And I do want to give a shout-out to Sean Bailey just because he so far – I'm an offensive line guy. So far, he has been outstanding on the offensive line today.
You're right.
So I just want to give him a quick shout-out.
I feel like if you want to shout out, you can almost shout out the whole offense too. Just taking last week to heart and really coming out strong. But I hope they can keep it up in the second half, and I keep hoping to see this pass game continue to evolve and keep getting big. So Elliot signing off, and I will see you at the end of the game. And go Pirates!
All right, go Pirates!